Good morning. This is Keloland on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
A bill meeting some controversy in Pierre is House Bill 1025, and it needs 47 votes on the House floor today to stay alive. HB 1025 would authorize the construction and appropriate money for a new men's prison between Harrisburg and Canton.
On Thursday, the Joint Committee on Appropriations unanimously voted to send the legislation to the House floor without recommendation. It's an appropriations bill, so it needs the support of 2/3 of lawmakers in the House as well as the Senate.
This will be one of the largest projects in the history of the state of South Dakota. And this deserves to be heard by the entire body with an up and down vote on the floor tomorrow. Thank you.
It is on the House of Representatives agenda today.
Keloland News will bring you team coverage on air, online, and on social media with both Bob Mercer and Dan Santella covering the developments in the Capitol for us.
OnStar stopped a getaway car, helping Sioux Falls police make a handful of arrests. A report of shoplifters brought police to the West Side Kohl's Wednesday morning.
Investigators say the alleged thieves tried to get away in a pickup, but it wouldn't start. It turns out the truck had been reported stolen, and OnStar locked the ignition.
Inside the pickup, police say they found more than $1,000 worth of stolen items, along with a rifle with an altered serial number and a meth pipe. They took 4 adults and a juvenile into custody.
President Donald Trump's federal employee layoffs have hit South Dakota. Aberdeen native Liz Renner was a biologist for the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Services in Yankton.
She was laid off last Friday morning with no warning after working there for 9 months. Renner says the mass layoffs will have immediate and lasting effects on wildlife conservation and research.
Digital reporter Gracie Terrell spoke with Renner about her feelings and the next steps in a Keloland.com original.
Now let's get a check on today's weather with meteorologist Scott Munt. It's finally supposed to start warming up today.
Oh yeah, today will be warmer than what we had yesterday, and that will continue into this weekend. We'll have a lot of sunshine and stronger southerly winds. Keep that in mind. Areas of blowing snow will be possible with these winds gusting to 20, maybe 30 miles per hour. Temperatures will reach the 20s and 30s in central and eastern South Dakota. 40-degree weather in western Keloland. Downright mild for this coming weekend, and Brian will have more details on that coming up.
Thank you, Scott. Avera has announced their new chief medical officer.
Dr. Jared Friedman, who has worked with Avera for around 20 years, is taking over the position on March 2nd.
The thing that I look most forward to for this position is just being able to lead a team of physicians and nurses and the entire staff that we have here at Avera McKinnon to provide that high quality care to our patients.
Friedman was formerly the clinical vice president of emergency medicine. He also served as chief of staff.
If you're looking to restyle your wardrobe, a downtown Sioux Falls event might be just for you. MB's Dress for Success winter sale begins this morning at 10.
You can stop in and shop for women's business attire from dresses to blazers to jeans. Most are less than $10. Proceeds help support various MB programs.
We offer a program called Career Network. They meet the second Tuesday of every month. They talk about a wide variety of different things in the workforce. So whether that's workforce development tools or if it's more civic responsibilities.
The event lasts until 7 this evening. Tomorrow, the sale goes from 9 to 3 with a bag sale starting at 1.
Ice racing is set to make its long-awaited return to Brant Lake near Chester.
The Sioux Valley Cycle Club has hosted 2 events this winter on the pond at Saddleback Racetrack in Sioux Falls, but hasn't been on Brant Lake since 2020 or any lake since 2022.
This Sunday, about 100 racers of all ages will be riding motorcycles, 3-wheelers, and 4-wheelers on the ice.
The lake is unlimited almost for riding space and track size and parking. There will be hundreds of vehicles out there. And it seems to be good, safe ice. There's ice houses out there, so it's all looking really good.
The ice racing event begins at noon Sunday at Brant Lake in front of the Shipwreck Bar and is free to attend.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get another look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, our weather picture today. Well, with climbing temperatures, that's a big story with numbers in Sioux Falls back to the mid-20s this afternoon. Folks west of Sioux Falls, even warmer. We'll pick up quite a few 30s today in Pierre. A west wind, not too strong. One area, though, that does concern us a little bit on the wind today is that Buffalo Ridge. We're looking at some wind gusts here extending up into northeast South Dakota, probably at least 30 to 40, and some blowing snow, easily part of that discussion today. So if you're in those prone areas, you know how it goes when we get these warm fronts that swing through. You can pick up those stronger south-southwest winds. Other than that, I think the weather story tomorrow will continue to push upward on temperatures. In fact, even overnight tonight, we should be above zero for lows across the board. That's a big achievement. And then tomorrow, let's see how this snow starts responding to these 30s and 40s. And obviously, we're starting things off not really with a lot of moisture in that snow, and that'll tend to make it shrink a little faster, too, on the coverage out there. A lot of 40s for highs west of Sioux Falls Saturday afternoon. Mitchell, mid-40s, very likely. We might even be able to push 50 tomorrow in the south central around Chamberlain and Winter, Rapid City, too. It looks like a pretty mild afternoon, and it's going to keep going. We're thinking in early next week, widespread 50s and 60s. I know that's hard to believe, isn't it, after all this cold weather, but it looks like it will be the case. One little catch, there will be some wind again in the cycle of weather as we continue to watch early next week. I would say Monday, there definitely is a component of strong winds out of the west-northwest in Rapid City. And just remember that because folks, that obviously drought's been a big story sitting on the back burner. But as we melt some snow and pick up these warm numbers and wind, that does lead to fire danger. And I think that that will be an increasing story into next week because we're probably looking at another wind event coming in on Wednesday. Now, in terms of rain chances or snow chances, really, for one thing, I will say it'll probably be rain versus anything else. Maybe sprinkles. This chance comes in Monday night. We're kind of looking at Wednesday, too. We may end up inserting a 20% chance of rain in there as we deal with a couple of systems out of the Pacific Northwest. But look at the highs and the lows. I mean, that says it all there. 50s for highs, 30s for lows. Aberdeen, same position here. Again, see if that moisture comes in on the picture here on Monday from the northwest. If it does, there'll be showers or sprinkles, not snow. And maybe Wednesday of next week, too, could offer up at least something to watch in the long-term picture. Pierre, central South Dakota, 60 degrees on Sunday and Monday, and not far from that mark on Tuesday. So it's all way warmer, and the wind will come in with it for Rapid City. But that's 3 days of 60-degree weather in the forecast starting on Sunday. Check out more details. They're available online at KELOLAND.com.